Hey everybody, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant.
I'm Carmen Norris.
And welcome to a live play by, well, obviously, GreyElephant Gaming.
Yes.
What are we playing today?
Roll Through the Galaxy.
Yes! And this game is one of our favorites. We played this, I got it in a trade, believe it or not. And we played it, had no idea what we were doing the first time we played it. But we enjoyed it, and so we kept playing it over and over and over. And
thanks for teaching us, Kevin.
Yeah, our friend Kevin taught us. And we played it so much, I actually lost the sleeves of my shirt. They just blew right off of me. So the thing about this game is it's not a game that's easily explained. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time at the beginning of this video trying to explain this game and all of its little nuances.
You can just watch us do it.
Yeah, and that's going to really make it click a little bit better that way. So, are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's do this. Okay, so both of us basically have dice. These dice are going to be assigned to certain types of actions. There are 5 different types of actions: explore, develop, settle, produce, and ship. All right? We will roll these behind our screen secretly and then assign the dice. That will then instruct what type of actions are going to take place from one round to the next. We each start with 1 planet, and also we get like this double little tile here. This gives us little additional dice or benefits that we're going to be able to take advantage of throughout the game. So in my case, I got to start with an extra blue and a red die in my citizenry, which is right here. This here gave me an extra blue die in my cup. And for Carmen, she got a blue die on this planet here, plus
a purple die in my cup and a red die in my citizenry.
All right, and then
we can't say that word correctly. Sorry.
Citizenry.
Citizenry.
We also there's a bag here, and it's got a ton of these tiles in it. Okay, these are double-sided. One side will be a development, the other side will be a planet. Both of us drew 2 tiles out, and then you must assign them to your player board accordingly. You have to have 1 development, and you have to have 1 planet side.
So that's a decision you have to make right off the bat.
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get started. So we're going to roll our dice, and then we're going to assign them. But what I'm going to do is we're not going to waste a lot of time sitting here trying to think of the process of, how are we going to assign these and how we're going to do this. We're going to do this off camera, and then we're going to explain to you what we did when our turn comes up. So both of us has finished rolling our dice and assigning them. So what we do to signify, we turn our cup over. Whoop, my cup is turned over. And now we both reveal. So what we do now is we go through each one of these 5 actions we could possibly take. But before we do that, in a 2-player game, it works a tad bit differently in that we have kind of like an MP player. And what we do with this one is we roll this die, and whatever symbol, because these are all the symbols that could possibly pop up, whatever symbol pops up, that symbol will automatically be an action that we will be allowed to take. And this helps us just to try to make sure that the game doesn't bog down. So it will be an explore action. Now we'll just put that back in there, and we're going to set that cup aside.
So the MP player is taking explore.
Well, all of us are now allowed to take an explore, but that's the one that he picked, all right? So we know the explore action is taking place. That's right here. So that's good because I have a die assigned to that. Next, we would look over, and the next one I believe is develop. So I have develop that I said, hey, I want to be able to develop, so that is an action that's going to take place. Okay. Carmen, what is the action that you took?
I took explore
also.
Okay,
so explore was going to happen regardless of whether or not the MP player picked. So these 3 actions, which would be settle, produce, and ship, are not going to take place. So if you have any dies on any of those, you would remove them and put them back in your cup. Now, I also have a die up here, and I'm going to explain to you what I did because I am first player, and that is signified by the T-Rex. I have the T-Rex on my side of the table, so I am first player. This does not come in the game. I don't even think it'll fit in the box.
I probably should have gone first because my dice make more sense than yours.
My die make plenty of sense. All right, so for an explore action, what I am allowed to do is I can spin this die and get 2 money, which I always start on the 1 money. Every round, you will always at least have 1 money. So if I want to, I could have 3 money with this. Or I can use it to draw a new tile out of that bag, all right? And the tiles, like I said, they'll be double-sided. They'll have 1 development and 1 planet side, all right? They're always double-sided. Let me show you an example again real quick. See, and you kind of choose which side you want to place it down. If I do decide the tile, I need to place it on top of one of these. Now, there are sometimes special actions that will
place it under.
That's right, it is under, but there are certain ones that will allow you to place it over or under if you had that. So I am going to use this But I need to explain something real fast before I do that. When you assign die, the way that they work is that whatever's assigned has to match what's shown on the picture here, okay? So if if the die is underneath, it needs to match the picture. But what I did was something a little bit special, is that I use this ability, and each one of us have this ability, and it's called dictate. And what that means is that I can place one of my die right here, and that's going to allow me then to ignore that for one die. Okay, does that make sense? So that's saying, hey, I'm going to place a die here, and I'm not going to use that for any other reason than to make sure that this could be an eyeball. Does that make sense? However, you also get to take one die of any type, and it does not have to match, and you can place it up here. Now that is how we assign the guaranteed actions. These are possible actions. So let me say that again. Any die that you assign up here is a guaranteed action. Anything you place down below is a possible action. I guaranteed that I'm going to be able to do the development because also all these dice were definitely going to happen. I assumed that I would possibly get to be allowed to do the explore action. I used the dictate by placing a die here to put this die, even though it does not match the eyeball, to be able to make that basically into an eyeball.
And the reason that you are able to do the explore action
is because
that
he
someone else
chose
took
it.
The explorer.
That is right. So in a two-player game, there will be 3 different types of actions that could possibly take place. A lot of times it'll only be 2 though, and not a lot of times. So as this, I think I'm just going to spend it and get 2 money because I don't necessarily need to replace any of these. All right, next thing I'm going to do is move over to my development. So I can take both of these and I'm going to place them onto a development. So I'm going to place them both right there on a development because all you do is you see it's got like the little diamond. That's a diamond, okay? See the circle? That means that's a settle. It all makes perfect sense. Just go by the symbols. And I'm going to place those on there. Now, I have to have 3 dice on this before I successfully develop this technology. I have to have 1 die on here to successfully settle this planet. Now, because I have no other die, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put the last one in my cup because I do get that back. And then I look on my board. I have 3 money. That's what my citizenry is for. And so what I can do is I say 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to buy back those dice, but I always go back up to the 1. So I'm going to take all 3 of these and put them into my cup. And now it would go over to Carmen.
Okay, well, as you can see, my dice are all matchy-matchy.
Matchy-matchy.
This one didn't match, but it didn't need to. This was the action that I definitely chose, which caused this tile to be flipped over. So that means that everyone can take this action now. So I'm going to go ahead and put these dice back because, as you can see, the produce and the ship are not flipped over. So those dice don't get to be used. So I put them back in my cup. Alright, so now I'm going to take my explore action, and I think I'm just going to go for money so that I can get more dice in my cup. So these 2 die get placed in my citizenry, and I get...
You should have already been on 1.
Oh, you start out on 1.
Yeah.
So I get 4 money for that, 2 per die, so I'm going to go up to 5 money. And that's going to allow me to buy back 5 die, which... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all my dice, so I get to put these in my cup.
Now, one thing before you turn the camera off, go ahead and put that in there. The very last thing that Carmen can do is she's got a die here on this planet. Now, what she can do is it's called a recall action. Now, if you have dice on planets or if you have dice on a development or a planet, you can recall them and put them into your cup. So you're saying, okay, I'm just going to give up on this. It's taken too long to get. Screw it. I need the dice. I'm going to recall them, put them in my cup because I need them for something else this turn.
Right. So if you make a mistake, like, for example, if I have a bunch of dice on here and then I end up with none in my citizenry, then something's going to have to give. Right. So I could just take them off of there and stick them back in my cup. And I spent all my money, but he goes back up to 1.
Okay, so now that both of us have all our dice back in our cup, we put our screen back over our little board here, put that behind. We are going to roll our dice again. We're going to send the T-Rex over to Carmen, so she is first player. We turn all of these back over to their X side, and now we're going to proceed to roll our dice again and assign them. Okay, so both of us are finished. We reveal Carmen. Well, let's roll for the MP player real quick. So he is saying the settle action is going to take place no matter what. All right. And Carmen, which action did you guarantee?
I chose develop.
Fantastic. which means I chose settle as well. So that means these 3 actions, so only develop and settle, will be taking place this round.
Okay, well, in a way I was lucky, in a way I was unlucky. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to do the explore and the ship actions. I have all my dice all matchy-matchy. I'm so proud of myself. So these go back in the cup because I'm not going to be able to take those actions. And then I'm going to be able to develop with all of these dice right here. Yeah. Hardcore. So if you see, I need 5 to develop this. I have 5 dice that I assigned. So they're immediately going to go back into the citizenry. Sorry, got to show you that. And then I'm going to be able to go ahead and take my alien research ship and put it up here to show that I've gone ahead and developed that. And from now on, I'm going to get this bonus every time I explore. It's not really a bonus action, so I wasn't sure what to say.
It's a bonus that takes place during that action.
Yeah, during that action. During the explore action, I get to act as if I have an extra home explorer and an extra alien technology explorer for use during that phase.
Yep,
so each time an explore action takes place, I get a white and a yellow die that I get to use for whatever I want. Awesome. Well, exploring, obviously.
Okay, and then Carmen will everybody always gets at least 1 money, so she can buy back one of her die. Obviously, she's going to want her purple one and put it in her cup. She's basically officially done. Now, one thing about this game is that as you get more experienced, you're not going to be like, oh, you take your turn, then I take my turn. You're going to be doing this at the exact same time. We figured this would be just good for you guys so that you can see what we're doing, though. So the Explorer action is not taking place, but the good part is I had a die here, which means that I get to place 1 die onto my development. Bam!
Sweet.
I needed 3, which means now I have completed my development. So this says that you may reassign exactly 2 same phase workers to the phase you selected. So what this means is that the phase that I selected, which would be, in this case, a settle phase, I can then now take 2 dice that don't have to match this circle, and I get to reassign them and place them under there as a free. Tiles like this are just amazing. They give you so much freedom. Now, one thing I didn't point out as well is that I do have this ability too, that for whenever I produce, I want to try to get goods on my blue planets. And that's why I wanted to get this one up here as well, because I need blue planets and I need goods on them, because whenever the production action is taken, I'm going to get money for every good that's on a planet there. So I do have 2 dice on the settle here, which I did not need 2. So what happens is I place them there. I didn't need both of them, so I get to take one of them and just put it back in my cup. The other one, though, will perform the function, and that is to get this planet settled. Now, what this says is that gain a novelty Cylon die into your citizenry when you place this world. So unfortunately, it's not going to go directly on the planet, because if it would have, then I would have already had a good there for whenever this action here would take place, and I'd get more money. So I only have $1. I only have 2 dice in my cup. Ugh, thank you, I appreciate that. So I'm going to buy back 1 die, and I'll grab the red one here and put it in there. So that would be the end of the round. So we're going to flip these tiles back over. I get T-Rex. Rawr, T-Rex, come back over here, my friend. And now we're going to set our screens back up, and we're going to proceed to roll again. Okay, so the big reveal. Floop, floop. All right, I chose Explore as my action, so go ahead and flip that. What did you choose? Okay, well, we'll do the MP player, which he chose Settle.
And I also chose Settle.
So once again, we're only 2 again, which stinks, because I was hoping I'd be able to ship that and show you guys how that works, but I'll get to that. So I'm not going to need that one. So both of these then are going to be able to be used for Explore actions. Now, we do these individually, one at a time, because I want to use this one to be able to draw a tile out of the bag. So the bag is over here. And I just reach in. Yeah, I appreciate your help. You're awesome. And then I just reach in and I grab one and pull one out.
I'm going to help now. I'll be helpful now.
So now what I do is I get the choice. Do I want to choose this side, or do I want to choose this side? Remember, there's always a development side, and then there's also a planet side. So this one says that for green ones, this basically would give me a green one that I get to put in my cup. And this one here would be giving me the ability to reassign more. I like more dice. And so I'm going to choose the planet side. Now for this one, I'm going to take the money. So that's 1, 2. Now that would be the end of my turn. So I have 3 money. I'm going to spend all 3, and I'm going to get 3 dice back into my cup.
All right, I'm all matchy again.
Matchy.
But this, I don't know if I explained, this is the wild. So asterisk means it counts as any symbol, which is why that's one of the good things about the purple dye is that it has that on there. And so I'm settling. I take all 3 of these. I put them.
You forgot one thing. The research or the explore action is taking place. So it does say that act as if you have an extra home, white explorer, and an extra alien tech yellow explorer for use this phase. So because the explore action did take place, you do have a white and a yellow die that would be on there.
That would be exploring. So what I'm going to do with those...
So you would do that before you would do your settle. Sorry.
So what I'm going to do with those is, let's see, what do you call that? I'm going to stalk with them.
You're going to stalk?
Stalk. So stalking means that I would get 2 money per die, which normally would be put in here, but they're just kind of like hypothetical die. So I'm just going to get the money without putting them in my citizenry.
Hypothetical situation.
Okay. So now I'm going to take these and I'm going to settle with them. So they're going to go over here because my planet is finished with 3 dice. And one thing I don't think we pointed out is that this is going to give me 3 points at the end of the game. Yeah. That's one of the ways you get points.
So do you get it on the planet or in your...
on this world when you place it. Awesome. So sweet. Thank you.
There you go.
And I'm going to put this up here next to my other world that already has a good on it. So hopefully I get to ship next turn.
Okay, so now we're going to flip both of these back over because it is the end of the round again.
Yep.
And Carmen, I'm sorry,
I need to buy back my die.
Back.
So I have $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 die go back into my cup. Okay, let's reveal.
Woo!
Whee!
It's not that kind of show.
All right. I have chosen shipping. Okay, so we're going to flip the shipping over.
For me, I have chosen produce.
I got to find you. There you are,
right
producing.
Here. So we're going to flip over the produce.
Okay.
And for the MP player, he has chosen the eyeball, which is exploring.
So that exploring die gets flipped over. All right,
swear
we
God,
get 3.
Always,
Woo.
yeah, fantastic.
But yeah, he always chooses
He
explore.
always does.
It's weird.
So it starts with you then.
Starts with me.
And you did.
And
put
I
3
did.
on it.
I have 3 on explore.
Plus, you get the bonus.
And I get 2 more. That's sweet.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just take my 2 bonus so I don't forget that. So I'm just gonna use it for money.
Yeah, why not?
1, 2, 3, 4 money. All right. Now I really need some tiles. So for my first eyeball, put it in my citizenry. Grab a tile out of the bag. Let's see what I get. Doo-doo.
So you need a blue planet?
A blue planet or...
Ooh, a nice little...
Every time I ship, I get +1 money.
Wow.
If you have the highest cost worlds across all tableaus, +1 extra.
Yeah.
That's going to be kind of hard for me to figure out. But I'm going to put it right there.
It'll be hard for me to figure out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to think about that every time I use it. Okay, so here we're going to put this over here. And see, what I could do if I chose, for 1 explore die, I can put this one back. And then I can draw 2 tiles.
Yes.
But that one's a pretty good one, so I think I'll keep it.
Okay. Carmen can't find her hand to put in the bag.
Develop. All developments after this one require 1 fewer developer to complete.
Nice.
That is sweet.
Yeah. What's the planet side? What color?
Yeah, I don't know. It's blue again.
Oh, well.
Gain a novelty die into your cup when you place this world. So yeah, I am going to take this one. And it goes under this, which means maybe for my next die, I get rid of this one. Okay. Next, I'm going to explore again.
Are you going to get rid of it?
Yes, let's get rid of it.
It'll go under here.
It's going to go under the explore tile.
Okay.
And then I get to draw 2.
Very good. And do you get to keep both?
Yeah. Don't I? Okay. Gain $2 in an alien technology on this world when you place it. That's pretty good. And that only requires 1. Ship 1 for each good you trade this turn. Ooh, it's kind of a nice deal. Trading is when you gain money for them. And then consuming, you gain victory points when you ship. So, I don't know. We'll see. What's this one? Ship $1 for each good you consume this phase.
Boy, that's
Wow.
tough choices.
These are good. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see what the planets are. That's a brown planet. That's kind of a good
Ooh,
one.
yellow. Yellow planets rock, because that's the alien tip.
Uh-huh.
And they've got 3 wild card symbols.
Yeah, but it takes me 6 to
Yeah, but it's worth 6
finish
victory points.
True. Okay. I will go ahead. That one, this side's really specific. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one. And this one, I think I will
You could have
choose
put that
the
under
development.
There you go. Well, yeah.
Yeah, and this goes underneath. That's
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now
All
you
right.
still have 2 to ship.
Woo! Now I have 2 to ship still.
So
Sweet. So the way you do that is that you're going to assign them to planets. And let's see. I want to put this one with the blue and this one with the brown. And then this I am going to use for victory points.
okay, so how does that work?
I'm going to put no, I'm sorry. I'm going to use that for money. So that's brown. And I'm going to look over here. And that means I get 4 money for that. Mm-hmm. And if you look over here for the shipping, I just explained that. Trading means you get money, and then consume means you get victory points. So, I don't know. Do I really need that money? Maybe I should take the victory points. So I'm going to go victory points for all of it. So, if you see, it is a brown planet. So I automatically get a victory point just for shipping. Then I get an extra victory point because one of my die is brown. So I get 2 victory points for this. Now on this one, I automatically get a victory point for shipping. And then I'm going to get an extra victory point for the blue. And then I get another victory point because purple matches all colors. So I'm going to pretend like this is another blue die, which would mean my good is blue, my planet is blue, my ship is blue, which would mean 3 victory points. And that would be the end of my turn, but now I need to buy back my die. I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We like the colored die, so those are going to go in my cup.
Just to clarify real quick, you always make sure that on planets, you typically are going to get 3 victory points if the ship matches the good, that matches the planet. So if the planet is blue, the good is blue, the ship is blue, 3 victory points. That's typically the max you get unless you get bonuses for any other development. Any of those don't match, you're always at least going to get 1 victory point. 2 or 1 at the least, 2, 3 at the most. Okay, so for my Explorer, I am going to draw out of the bag, I think, and get myself another tile. I don't want this one, though, so place that underneath there if you would, please, and I'm going to draw 2 tiles out. I need the blue planets and stuff, and that's what she's been getting, because they work best for me. So let's see what I got here. So, Galactic Salon, and this says, whenever I ship, I gain 1 VP. That's it. So whenever the shipping action is taken, I just gain a VP. That's kind of... It's kind of nice, ain't it? So I will definitely, I think I'm going to put that there. Hang on. So gain $1 red element. Well, that's actually pretty good too. Ship, act as if you have 1 more home white chip or die for this phase. Well, that's kind of good too. That's easier to do, so I'm going to put both of them right there. Next, I will go over to the produce. All right, so I've got 3 dice here. Now, the trick about this is that you have to be able to place the die on planets. I've got 1, 2, 3 planets. I've already got a good on this planet though. So what happens is that I will place 1 on the other planet. You can only have 1 good on the planet, right? If I remember correctly. Okay, I just wanted to specify. Yeah, because some of the powers will let you trump that rule. However, this one's a gray planet. You cannot put goods on a gray planet. That's forbidden, all right? So both of these now are going to go back in my cup because I can't use those dice. However, if we look here that I did the produce action, now that it's the end of the production action, that I get $1 for each good on a novelty Cylon world at the end of this phase. I have a good on 2 blue planets. That means I'm going to gain $2 for that.
All right.
Now I buy back my dice, so I get 3 dice. I put those in my cup. All right, the big reveal. Woo! I have chosen to do the develop action. So let's flip that over. Carmen, what did you choose?
Develop.
Develop. Now let's roll and see what the MP player decides he wants to do.
He is doing settle.
Settle. He's always settling.
Why are we upside down? This is driving me crazy.
I don't know. We're just upside down people. Okay, so then that means that this one here is just going to go back into my cup. All right. So the only thing I'm going to be doing, it's going to be real simple, is I'm going to take all 4 of these dice and I get to put them on my developments, all right? So I put 4 on here, all right? It only takes 2 to develop this, which means that the next 2 can slide down to the next one. So I'm going to put these 2 there, and I'm going to slide these 2 into my citizenry. And then this is saying now, act as if you have 1 more home white shipper for use this phase.
Sweet.
So that's nice. One thing I want to explain real quick, you guys may wonder, how did I get different dies? How did I get different dice underneath this? You got to remember, I had this one ability now, which is the reassign. You may reassign exactly 2 same phase workers to the phase you selected. These 2 were same phase workers to the phase I selected. I selected settle. Both of these were explore. Does that make sense? So these were 2 same phase dice that matched. That went underneath the action I selected. Okay. So that goes up there. Now these 2 can go here. Now I only need 2 more to be able to settle this one, all right? I've only got 1 money, so that goes down, goes back up. I'm going to take 1 die and put it back into my cup, and that is the end of my turn.
Well, this was kind of a tough decision because I'm not going to have a lot of die for my next turn. But I chose develop, and then this one gets assigned to develop as well because I used the dictate action. So this is going to go back into my cup immediately, and then these are going to develop. And as you see, this requires 4 dice. So these dice go back in my citizenry. This goes up here.
Hey, you said it right that time.
I did. And now I get to use this action, which is every time I develop, it's going to take 1 fewer developer in the future. So that's pretty cool. That's the end of my turn. I have my 1 money to sign my die. I'm going to take the purple one back.
Okay, I'm going to flip these back over. I already gave you the T-Rex, and we're set up for the next round.
Time for the big reveal. Woo! Okay, I am going to explore.
Right.
So flip that over.
And
what
I'm doing develop, so I'll flip it over.
Where is it? There
I'm right here,
I
honey.
can't find it with the camera. I
Okay,
have trouble.
so I'm doing
All
explore,
right.
or I'm sorry, develop. And then
now
he is doing settle.
Settle. So
right.
the first 3 are flipped over.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you're first.
I am first. Okay, well, I am going to explore, so I'm going to put this dude...
And then you got a white and a yellow die as well, don't forget.
Exactly. I have a white and a yellow die extra,
Man,
so...
That is such a good development.
That is pretty cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4 money for that.
And
then this 1 die, I got to decide if I'm going to go in the bag or if I want more dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I'd go money.
I think I'm gonna go money because
That's right. Do exactly what I said.
yeah, because this is gonna require a lot of dice, and then I have a lot of things I can ship and etc. Okay, so my next die was on produce. Unfortunately, I can't do that. See, there's a big red X over that action, so it's gonna go back into my cup. And then I actually have 7 money to buy my dice back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not all my dice.
No, close.
So it goes back to 0, back up to 1.
Okay, and then for me, real simple, I did the develop. So I'm going to put these 2 here. That will finish that one. Slide that over. Now each time the shipping action takes place, I get a VP. So I'm going to place this right up here.
No,
that way it
now I don't want to ship.
Yeah, I ship it. The bad part is I have no dice in my cup. I only got $1. I'm going to get 1 whopping die for this next round. So, blah, not cool at all. All right, so let's flip these over. And I get the T-Rex for first player, and we're set up for the next round. And the reveal! Woo! I did ship, so I'll flip that over. What did you do?
I did develop.
Okay, so flip that, and we'll see what MP decided he wanted to do. What does he do?
Explore.
So explore. So that worked out great for you. All right, so I am first player. I only have 1 die. I was hoping produce would have been done because that would have given me extra money before. This really sucks. All right. The good part is because shipping action is taking, act as if you have 1 home white I swear I want to say stripper for use this phase. I have 1 white stripper that I get to use for this phase. So I can actually ship twice. One other thing is because the shipping action is taking place, I get a VP. So VP for me. And I do have 1 blue die to ship with, yes. So I'm going to ship this good right here All 3 of them match, which gives me 3 victory points. So I'll take 3 more victory points. Now the game is going to end when this victory point pile ends, or when one of us has 12 total squares up here.
I have a bad feeling.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have 7 at the moment. So I do have a stripper die that I get to use on this one as well. Now I could take the victory points, which would give me 2 victory points, or if I want to, I could go with the money. I better go money this time because I'm freaking
Well, it's
broke.
only 3 money for a blue planet.
Well, I know, but I have no freaking money, Carmen.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to get 4 dice to put back into my cup.
All right, you see how terrible I rolled? Look at all these wasted die.
I had no money for my white stripper.
Look at this. It's terrible. Look at all this. And the shipping action was taken. But, unfortunately...
You have nothing to ship.
Look at that. I have nothing on my planets.
They all at least go back in your cup.
The produce action wasn't taken. So, yeah, these are all going to go back into my cup. This was used in order to reassign this die right here. So, anyway, here we go. Back in my cup.
Well, the settle action wasn't taken.
The settle action wasn't taken. This goes back in my cup as well. So, out of all those die, I get to use 2 of them. They're going to go over here. This is going to go ahead and be developed.
Yeah, because you got this
because of my ability. But I really wish I had an ability that let me reassign dice, because you can see how, terrible I did with that this turn. But here we go. So this goes up here. Now,
that gives you your 7th now.
Each time the shipping action takes place, I get +1 for each good I consume. So I don't automatically get +1 money. It's only if I consume.
Yeah.
So there we go. Now let's see. I've got 1 money that I can put a die back in. I guess I'll take the red one.
Stop. You forgot the Explorer action was taken.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you keep forgetting about your alien research ship.
Woo! Explore. Let's see. I think I'll go at least for 1 tile. So let's see what I can get. So
she should have done that first, though, just so you know. Because it's always done in order.
Oh, that's why you're yelling at me, because I didn't do it in order. Okay.
No, not necessarily, but I want to do it because you keep forgetting.
This one would allow me to gain a novelty die. This one gives me 6 points. 1 VP for each different color of dice you own. Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
Settle when completing each world. Put 1 or 2 of the settlers used into your cup instead of your citizenry.
Oh, yeah.
This is all sweet. So this is going to go up right there. So,
And then you had 1 die left, technically.
I have 1 die left that I didn't use, so I could use that for money.
Okay, then you can get all 3 of your dice back then.
And yes. Yeah,
nice. Not bad. The reveal!
Woo!
What did you choose?
I chose develop.
Okay, and I chose to produce.
Okay.
And then he chose the eyeball
Explore.
again. I knew he would.
Yes.
He always does.
Thank you, MP player. I love you so much. Okay, so I did explore. So let's see. What am I gonna do? I think I'll go ahead and go for a tile. So let's see what I get. Let's see. Explore produce. If you have the most developments in Tableau, if tied for most, you do not get anything. What do I get? I get money. +1 money? I don't know. That's weird. Let's see what the other side is.
That one's simple.
The other side is a planet, and I gain a yellow good on the world when I place it. That sounds like a pretty good deal, but I already have a yellow planet right there, so I don't know. Oh well, we'll stick it underneath and see what happens. Because, ta-da! I get 2 more die! So I'm just going to use another one and get rid of that one because I don't like it.
Okay, so put that under there.
Under there.
Now, you can draw 2
now I draw 2. 1.
You're killing me this game.
2, am I? Really?
Well, this alien research ship is killer.
Okay. So, let's see. Explore, act as if you have an extra home die.
Yeah,
I
why
can
not?
add that to it. You may reassign 1 home explorer to any phase. I need that. So, let's see what this is. A brown planet. That's sweet. And a green planet. Gain $1. And a good one I play. Okay, so I'm going to go with the brown planet, and then this lets me reassign because I really need that. I need to reassign things. So we're going to put under there. We will put this under here.
Are you done yet?
Okay. Didn't I only use 2? I only used 2.
You're done, I believe.
I did not use all of them. I only used 2.
Fine, you used 2.
So, for my next one, I get money. Yeah. Okay, now I am going to develop because I reassigned. Wait, why are there 2 up there?
I don't know. That's what I was curious about too. I was about to ask you. You can only do that dictate.
You can only
once.
do dictate once. I think I
Yeah.
put it up there just because I knew
You're
it was
a
going to be
cheater.
wasted.
That means you got too many here, though. You can't have all them there. 'Cause you got a circle.
No, the
What did you
circle.
do?
The circle was on there because that's the action I chose.
Then you basically could have done it once because you got the ship there. That's
And
a
then
wild.
that's the ship. Now this is wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
just
I
put
don't
all
know
those
why I
back.
tried
don't
to
know
do it
what-
twice.
You're trying to cheat. So just-
These all go back in my cup. I tried to dictate twice. I tried to get away with it. Tim won't let me get away with it.
She'd have gotten away with it. Wasn't for those meddling kids.
Meddling Tims. All right, so these are gonna go over here. There's 5 dice because of my bonus thingamabobbers. We remember that,
Jeez,
right?
You're killing me.
And then this goes up here, 6 points. Woohoo! Sweet.
All right.
And now I just buy back some dice. So that's 3 dice I get to buy back. And I'll take my colored dice and a white one.
All right, and so for me, for this action here, I'm just, whoops, I was going to put it in there. I'm going to take 2 money for that one. The production action, I'm going to take both these and put them on them planets, right there and there. I do not have a planet to be able to place this one, so it gets to go back into my cup. And remember, according to this, each time I produce, as long as I have goods on these blue planets, I get a money for each one, so that'll be 2 more money. So 5 total money, I'll spend it all. And I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice back. And that'll end the round, so I get T-Rex. We're going to flip these over, and we'll set up the next round for you guys. Okay, so the big reveal. Woo! I chose ship, so I'm going to flip that over.
Yes.
What did you choose?
Produce.
All right, so produce will be flipped over. Fantastic. And let's see. Come on, explore, explore, explore.
Develop. Yes.
Develop. Crap.
This is a perfect round for me.
This is a perfect round for me.
Happy, joy.
He every time if I choose it, he'll choose explore as well. If I don't, then he doesn't. What a jerk. So this one will go back as well. All right. So first off, production. I cannot produce this on any planet. All right. So it's just gonna go back into my cup. But because I do have those on there at the end of the production phase, I do gain 2 money for that at least.
Why did you have that there? Did you? No, because you chose ship. So there was no reason for you to even have that dice there.
I had it there because it was a production symbol.
So yeah.
And so then I chose that, so it's got to match it. So there was no other place unless I wanted to dictate with it, and I didn't want to.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm going to ship. So I'm going to ship both of these, all right? Now remember, whenever I ship, I get an extra white die, which I'm not going to need, but I also gain a VP. So I'm going to gain my VP. Now I'm going to ship these for 3 VP. So 1, 2, 3. And then I could ship this for 2 VP, or I could gain 3 money. I think I'm going to gain the money for those. So 1, 2, 3. And the reason, once again, how I know how much money is because a blue planet gives you 3 money. It's the weakest one, unfortunately. And that would end my turn, so I've got enough money. I'll be able to buy back all my dice, though, and have a good next turn.
Okay, I don't know why I'm happy about my dice matching, but it just makes me happy. My explore action wasn't taken, so this goes back into my cup.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, about time.
Develop, I get to use this to develop that planet right there, which is going to allow me to reassign 1 home explorer to any face. So that's going to be nice.
Okay, so that's going to give you 9 tiles. So if she gets 3 more done, then that's going to be the end of the game.
Woo! All right. Next, I'm going to produce with these 2. And so I'm going to put my brown on a brown planet. And this will just go... I don't think it matters, does it? Let's see. I'll put it on the yellow planet because that'll give me more money if I decide to get money with it. And now I have these that I can ship with. So, wait. No, I'm going to put it on blue. Put it on blue.
Makes more sense.
That makes more sense. Okay, so these I get to ship with. I'm going to ship the blue one.
You got some bonus for shipping, I remember. What was it? Oh, right here. So you get $1.
$1 for each good I consume this phase.
So if you consume it,
And consuming's the one that gives you victory points, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what's good about this, because I have my stuff all matchy-matchy. So I'm going to get 2 victory points for consuming this.
And then you're going to get $1.
Go in my citizenry. And I get $1 because I consumed. Okay.
And now?
And then I get 1, 2, 3 because purple matches any color.
And you get
victory
$1.
points and $1.
Yeah. Wow, that is great.
And let's see. I know I had something at one point that was going to give me more than $1, but I guess it's still buried under here or something. So that's it for my turn.
So,
I gotta buy back my
dice.
That's right. So 2 of them. My purple die seems to be doing good for me.
I'm going to give you T-Rex, and I'm going to flip these over.
I don't know which other die I want. Let's see which one has the most. Yeah, they're basically all the same. I'll take this one. All right. And for the reveal.
Woo!
All right. I chose Explore because I want to get my bonus.
And then look, I went Hardcore Explorer.
Oh, wow. Look at all that.
Let's see what he decides.
Explore.
Settle.
Settle. Okay, well, I didn't do settle, so anyway. So my produce and this die are going to go back in my cup.
You settled 20 years ago, hon.
So I'm just going to do my explore action. Which I have 2 extra die for. And, I think I'm just going to take money for all 3 dice.
Yeah, get a big turn next round.
Yeah, so that gives me 7 money. So 7 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all my dice. All right.
Easy turn. All right, and then for me, I went Hardcore Explorer. So both of these are going to go back into my cup. So let's put them back in the cup. And then I know I'm going to want to be able to buy back pretty much all my dice again. So what do I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means if I put at least 3 back, I'm going to be able to get most of them. 4 of them would guarantee I'd get them all.
Back, you'll get all of them because you've got $1 already.
That's right. You're right. So 3, so that'll give me the 7 money that I need to get them all back. So that means now I can use these if I want to try to pull tiles. So let's do 1, and let's pull a tile out. Let's see what we get. Gray Planet. $1. Gain $1 and a consumption purple die into your citizenry when you place this world. I was hoping for some planets of color. This is driving me absolutely crazy. You may reassign 1 worker to become an explorer or a producer. Jiminy Cricket, man. This really stinks. I guess I'll go... You know what? I'm just going to trade it in. I don't want it. So, bam. Because I'm going to do it again, and now I'm going to get 2 tiles out of here.
You know, I really think that having this many dice isn't really going to help me that much.
All right, so that's what I've been looking for right there. I need blue planets. So I'm going to put that there, but hang on.
That make me happy.
And then once again, I get a gray one, of course. And then what's this? If you have the most novelty Cylon worlds in your tableau, you may reassign 1 or 2 workers to any phase if tied. Well, I got that ability kind of anyways. I mean, that's kind of cool though, so I'll keep that one for right now. Okay, so let's do it again. So let me pull out another one. All right, so what do we got here? Oh, there we go. Galactic Reserves. Produce. Each of your worlds can hold an extra good. That's what I've been looking for.
No.
Okay, so that has to go under that one though, and that's what kind of stinks about that one.
Can't you get rid of that one?
Yes, I can if I want to. So, I am going to dump that one because I don't really care for that. Now, let me see. I think
that's what you have to use that for.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'll just pull 2 out. I guess this will set me up pretty good if let me see here. Locals, you may reassign a worker. I'm going to use that for planets probably. And then, there we go. So, I'm going to put that under there. There's no way I'm going to be able to get both of them before this game's over, though. So, all right. So, I have enough money to buy back all my dice. They'll go in my cup. We're going to flip all of these over. I get T-Rex, and we're ready for the next round. All right. I'm first player in the reveal. And for me, I have chosen Settle as my action. What did you choose for yours?
I chose Settle as well.
Okay. Okay. And ship. Dang it.
Which stinks because I have nothing produced.
Yeah, and I was hoping it would go produce because I was ready to dump those and then... All right, so let's put his die back in there, you worthless person, you. That means basically all of these and both of these are going to go right back in my cup because I have nothing that I can ship off anything. However, I am going to be able to use these to be able to settle, so I'll put them there. And one of them can go down onto this one. Floop. These two will go in my citizenry because I have settled this planet, and this does say gain a novelty Cylon die into your cup when you place this world. So I'm automatically going to get a blue die to put into my cup. All right, so the good part is at least I didn't lose a whole lot of stinking dice. I'll get one back. So one thing I'm not sure, I don't think military allows you, so for production and ship, military will not produce, they will not ship.
Well,
so
they could if it landed on a wild.
if it lands on a wild, but I think I'll take this one anyways. So I'm going to take a white one. So, all right, your turn.
All right, real quick.
The ship action was taken, so no matter what, I do gain a VP for that, and I did take the red die instead of the white one. And
all right. Deciding on dice is hard.
Yeah, hard.
Okay. Well, produce wasn't taken, and I don't get to ship because I can't, I have nothing on any planets that's already produced. And then this was used to reassign this dice to settle. So, just so you know. And then this is my special action up here. You may reassign one home white explorer to any phase. Yep. So that's what I did. And so then I get to use all of these 6 die.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
To settle this planet.
So that gives you
these
a yellow
in my citizenry.
Die.
It gives me a yellow die and $2.
Where does the yellow die go?
On the world.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
And then $2. So
you're going to have
3. And then this die goes back. Exactly. So 3 die. I don't think I want the red one. So I think that was a good point you made. So
you get T-Rex, and then we'll flip these over.
And reveal. Woo. Okay. I chose settle.
Okay, so I'll flip that for you.
Okay.
And I chose consume, so I'll flip that. And please be ship.
Wait,
please be
produce?
Produce. Yes, I produce.
Okay.
Ship, 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 ship.
And produce.
Never.
You stupid NP player. You're so useless. All right, see, because I wanted to ship too. That's not fair. But you did choose produce for me, so I appreciate that.
I'm glad I helped you out there.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm going to use my special action. You may reassign one white explorer die, blah, blah, blah. I have 3 on settle. This planet requires 3 to settle. So these are going to go over here. And
is it a brown one on the planet or where?
On this world when you place it. Yes. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. And
okay. One thing I haven't even used my something about you get dice back after you develop, but I haven't developed ever since I did that. I don't believe.
Was it for develop or was it for shipping?
It was for develop.
Nope. Settling.
Settling.
When completing each world, put 1 or 2 of the settlers used into your cup.
Oh, that means I get my.
You screwed up then on the last turn, too.
I did.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to get these 2 back.
I'm tired of having to remind you, woman.
In my cup. I thought it was to develop. Okay. So then I get to produce this blue, put it on the blue planet.
And that's it.
And these 2 go back into my cup.
You can buy back a die, though. Don't forget. Okay. And then for me, so this one and this... Nope, I'm sorry. This one can go over to here, and I guess I will do that. This one's going to go back in my cup. These 2 are going to go back in my cup, so we'll put those over there at the moment. I only have 3 planets that I can settle, but all of them... I'm sorry, not settle, but produce on, but all of them are blue, which means I will get $3 for that. So $1, $2, $3 for that. This I cannot do anything with, so it's just going to go over there. So I will spend the 2 money and gain both of these dice and put them in my cup as well. Now, I do have the capacity, if I want to, I could recall, and I could pull these 2 off of here and put them into my cup. I don't know really what the benefit of that would be at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so let's flip these over, and I get T-Rex, and get the next round going. All right, and the reveal. Woo! I chose ship, and I bet you did too, didn't you?
I did too.
Yep, I had a feeling we would. Let's see.
Explore.
No, it needs to be settle. If it's settle, that'd be fantastic.
Explore.
Oh,
develop.
Gosh. Yeah, boy, that really benefited big time. He has not helped me out this entire stupid game. All right, so that means all 3 of these are useless, and this will be the last round, guys. So both of these are going to be used for shipping, and I do get 1 extra white die as well because of this. So I'm just going to basically put a white die there to show you. It's my white stripper, remember? I also get 1 victory point regardless, so I'm going to take that victory point right now. Now what I'll do is I'll take 3 victory points for these. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then I will take 2 victory points and 2 victory points for another 4. We don't have enough, so
I can trade these in for a 10.
So 2, and then 3 and 4. And then basically it just goes over to Carmen for her turn now. And then this is it. This will be the last round.
Okay, well, I actually have a dice on develop, but unfortunately, since no one explored, and I don't have anything to develop, so those dice are both useless. I did ship with 3.
Yeah.
So I get to ship all 3 of my planets. So it doesn't really matter. Brown with brown, that goes wherever. And then this is going to go over here. So that's 3 points.
6,
that's another 3 points.
7, 8.
And that's 2 points.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 8 exact. So
that's all the victory points.
okay,
all right.
so now we tally up our final scores. So why don't we just stick with Carmen here, all right? Because the game is over. So now what she's going to do is she's going to get victory points for what's listed up here. So 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 26, 27, 33, 36. So she's got 36 total points. Now she needs to look at her developments, okay? This is a 6+, and what does that say? +1 VP for each different color die you own.
Yes.
So let's see how many. I think she owns almost all of them.
Does white count? Yes, white does count.
Why wouldn't it? So look at that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So where were you at? 33, I believe?
I don't even know.
Okay, great. I was hoping you would remember. Now you remember the number, and then I will make sure I add to that, okay? So 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 26, 27, 33, 36. You had 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42.
42.
Remember 42.
Okay.
Okay. And then you didn't have any others with the little tech here.
The little plus
42,
thing.
so this counts as 10. So 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. That's going to be
60
impossible
points for me. All right.
Yeah, good luck. I'm screwed. There's no way I'm going to beat that. Okay, so I will add up my, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Remember 17. I have no other developments that give me bonuses, so only 17. Ugh. This counts as 5, so that puts me at 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Ooh,
Wow.
God, you smoked me.
That's funny because off camera it was like the opposite.
Wookie dookie. That was a little embarrassing. All right. I seriously question that alien research tile. That feels very overpowered. You were getting so much money, I couldn't keep up with that.
It seems a little overpowered because it's not if you choose the explore action.
No, it's as long as it happens.
As long as it happens. So yeah, it seems a little overpowered. But the last game we played, you had something that combined shipping. Somehow you were getting like 2 extra victory points every time.
But that took a combination of several tiles to make that chain occur. Where you had one tile. Well, it's still, regardless, I had to develop it and create that chain.
Right.
But that one tile, though, I feel like was really keeping it to where, your actions were just kind of, I don't even have to assign a die there, and I'm still going to get money, and you're guaranteed 4 money every time.
Right.
Yeah, at least.
Like I said, off camera, the last game we played was just about exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, he had like 66
Dominated that one.
or 72. I don't even remember.
I lost count because
that had like 30 points, or 20 something. I don't even remember that either. But it was he totally smoked me off camera.
I did, and I can only count so high. But I remember I reached that point to where I can't count anymore.
We ran out of fingers and toes, and we just no more. Not enough ink for tick marks, and just couldn't do it.
You know what? Even though you got blown out of the practice game, I got blown out on camera. This is still a game I absolutely love.
Well, and usually when we play 3-player games, we're like all within 5 points of each other. So
yeah. It's really funny though when we play 2-player. It almost feels like a lot of times though it is a blowout one way or another. I don't know why, but regardless, this is a fantastic game. I highly recommend. And as you notice, I think the 2-player aspect works very well. It does. Even though it's kind of like a crapshoot, you really don't know what the dummy player is going to roll. You really don't know what. I mean, one thing about this game that
you do sometimes you can look at your opponent and tell what they're going to do.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's neat about this game is that I can look across and I can see, okay, she's got 6 dice in her cup. She has nothing to, she has nothing to develop. She has nothing to settle, and she's got like 4 planets with no goods on them. Yeah, there's a good chance she's going to try to produce and try to put goods on those planets.
Exactly, and if someone does not have goods on their planet, they're probably not going to ship. So
exactly.
You can pretty much guess.
You can count that out.
Right.
So anyways, you can't really read an opponent when you're rolling just for the MP player, but at the same time, it still feels like it's not necessarily a tacked-on aspect to make the 2-player game work. It just makes the 2-player game still work.
Right, exactly.
I don't know, whatever. I'm just rambling.
As you can see, I really like those developments that are 6+ that give you like some kind of bonus at the end of the game. I really think it makes a difference.
With all that free money that you was able to keep drawing all them extra time.
That has nothing to do with the bonus points at the end of the game. But anyway, if you have an opportunity to get a tile that gives you bonus points at the end of the game, grab it. And develop it.
I have very sour grapes I'm eating.
This is a great game, though. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I do too.
Check it out.
And we guys hope you enjoyed the video, and we hope that you were able to learn how to play because this is not a game that's it's not intuitive. It's a game that, in my opinion, it takes a few plays before it's really going to start clicking for you and make a lot of sense. But we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check the game out. Whenever you get a chance to play, sit down and play it. It's fabulous. I don't think it's anything like Race to the Galaxy. This is it's a whole different experience in my opinion. So anyways, check out the other videos and we appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.